Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Every Other Day vlog with Andy with Be Libre. Today, we're going to talk about aliens and the fact that mining for cryptocurrencies is actually not a hindrance to the search for alien life. One of the programs being, what is it, SETI? SETI by NASA. I believe that cryptocurrencies and the technology that we're using to mine them is going to get us there faster. I think it's going to get us to a point where we are creating hardware specific. I mean, the name of the hardware implies what it's doing. An ASIC is a piece of hardware specifically created to mine cryptocurrencies. And what we're trying to get to is more and more efficient hardware to do more work for less electricity. And that concept is actually very important moving forward because this is under the assumption that we stick to oil for our energy. We want to move on to greener sources of energy, but we are using mostly oil for now. And I do hope that we transfer to something less damaging to our ozone layer, less harmful to our lungs, less harmful to our ecosystems. But so don't mind the transition. I promise that I'll be working on better ways to record. I have my camera set up on the computer / reading room. But anyway, back to this. But we are not. I don't think that the right position to take would be to say, let's discontinue the use of energy in all the ways that consume an arbitrary amount, or what we're going to call arbitrarily too much. So people are saying that cryptocurrencies currently use up way too much energy. I think that's an arbitrary statement. I think that's an arbitrary opinion. I think that's an arbitrary point of view. And I say that I want to say that I want to make the claim that it's a subjective position to take, because the work that goes into Bitcoin is being used to secure the network. It's being used to propagate transactions. It's being used to ensure the validity of the network. So to say that using energy, using computer power, hashing power is a waste because it's too much, I think that's the incorrect statement to take. I think what makes more sense is to see, maybe let's get an effectiveness, a cost-benefit analysis as far as how much energy is being used to secure the network and how much the network is currently worth. And I understand that Bitcoin's current net worth is worth over 100 billion, I think. It's around there. I think so. As of today, Bitcoin's price is 6,800 or so, and I would think that the net worth is around 100 billion, give or take. So yeah, this network is worth $100 billion. Why are we, unless it takes twice as much or something around the equivalent, which would be, I think that'd be a pretty decent turnaround, or at least a pretty decent efficient cost-benefit ratio as far as what it costs to secure the network and how much it's worth. But I highly doubt that the amount of money, the amount of capital that goes into securing Bitcoin's network is over what it's actually worth in total, its net worth. And if that's the case, I would be very surprised. And it would be a surprise, but it would also be I guess, to me, it would really spur a call to action. So I would really call upon devs. I'd really call upon those that are working on mining hardware, those that are working on the efficiency of the ASICs, which is the hardware used to mine Bitcoin. I would try to find answers as to why we are not getting better efficiency, as to why it doesn't cost less to secure more. That would be the ideal, right? But maybe even a 1-to-1 ratio. So for every dollar that is being put into mining, it would be securing a dollar's worth or the same amount as far as the total aggregate worth of the network. But to me, it seems suspect that that's the case. I'm pretty sure that we're securing a higher amount than what is being used, what is being spent on securing it. I won't make a bet. I won't make a bet on that. I'm gonna go ahead and wait and see until the numbers come out and actually prove me right or wrong. But I'd be highly surprised. There are currently estimates, but everybody has their own number. There are all kinds of numbers that are coming out. I don't think we have an accurate way to measure how much energy and let's just say how much energy is being used to secure the network. And we got here at this point of the vlog because there are some that have supposed that we should discontinue the use of mining for cryptocurrencies and instead put that hardware to work on finding extraterrestrial intelligence. And while I'm very much hopeful that we find ETs, I don't think that it is worth sacrificing the accomplishment of decentralized consensus that Bitcoin brings us to find aliens. So I think my opinion is that we're much better off securing decentralized consensus and continuing to propagate it, a currency that does not require any central authorities. I believe that this is a much better endeavor for now. I think the word is priority. I think the word of the day is priority. And if I could put priority, it would be finding aliens, securing your international currency, or securing an interplanetary currency, because Bitcoin, by all means and purposes, I think could be used between planets, and it's been proven. We understand how if we can properly decentralize consensus on Earth, I don't see why we couldn't decentralize consensus between satellites. I'm sure there are some technical hurdles to deal with, but it seems possible to me. Why not implement the same concept in space that we do in cyberspace, right? That would seem to make sense. Let's pretend that that's how it works. But reality is likely not. That's likely not the case, but I'm going to be hopeful, and it seems to me that we will be able to figure that out. I would be surprised, again, if we couldn't figure out decentralized consensus via satellites. I mean, after all, I think we already have one Bitcoin node on a satellite. I'm not sure what the satellite's called, but I know that it's out there. I know the node is up there. So Bitcoin is in space, everybody. If anything, aliens are tapping into that satellite and checking out how much Bitcoin we're all using. Maybe they have their own version of decentralized consensus currencies. You know, that would be fascinating, actually, to understand an extraterrestrial's monetary system. How do they agree on what to use as currency? I read a very long article called The Bullish Case for Bitcoin. I will put that on the description. Shout out to the author of that Medium post. It was very fascinating. It was a 40-minute read, and I happily read that on an airplane flight back to Lincoln from my hometown Laredo, and it was a very elucidating, basically pointing out why Bitcoin could become a de facto global currency, and from the way that it explains everything, Bitcoin is on the right track. People are arguing that that a asset needs to have conquered the medium of exchange realm in order to become a useful money. But what seems to be the case more often in past use cases of money is that you want to establish store of value. Once you've established a store of value, then the asset is more likely to be held by more people, which in turn creates that feedback loop that, really really entrenches the asset in the zeitgeist of commerce. So if an asset is held by more and more people agree that it's a useful asset to store their value and pass it on, then it likely becomes used as a medium of exchange when the current monetary system begins to fail, aka hyperinflation, aka look at Venezuela, look at the Zimbabwe dollar. Once people no longer even accept the currency currently being used, people will move on to the asset that they were using to move their value. So, yeah, we've come a long way from talking about aliens, and the case for not destroying or not discontinuing the mining for cryptocurrencies. Again, priority is money, monetary system, and then finding aliens. That doesn't mean I don't want to find aliens. That doesn't mean that... In fact, I'm pretty sure that the more efficient we become with this hardware that mines cryptocurrencies, the more efficient we can translate those innovations to other hardware or to other hardware infrastructures. Maybe that even try to find extraterrestrial intelligence. So I would bargain to say that we should continue to mine, and maybe we will find aliens faster. So please like if you like, please share with a friend, please subscribe. Until next time, bye.